Oh, I think I'm live. And I'll wait a minute because I think a couple people will be joining. Maybe just a couple. But the cool thing is that this video will stay on this page and then I can download it and share it in my emails. I don't know if it will let me see who's joining, but I'm gonna do my best to look at this also on my computer so I can make sure to see comments. So we'll see. Feel free as we're just waiting a moment. Oh, I just touched my face. Just kidding. Well, I did. While we're waiting for a couple people to join, why don't you comment just like how you're feeling right now, if you feel like sharing, so that I can make sure the comments are working. So if you just joined, feel free to comment, how are you feeling right now? We're going to get into the breathing exercise in just a minute. I just want to give people some time to join because people are going to be getting the alerts on their phone. So while you're waiting, let me know, how are you feeling if you want to comment. And I don't mean physically how you're feeling, like how is your state of mind right now? And we'll start in a couple minutes. So let's see. Well, I can tell you that today was the first day for me that I started to feel a rise in anxiety. I haven't been fearful at all, actually. Up until today, I felt a rising in the energy. And it's important to know that if you're like feeling anxiety just out of the blue all of a sudden, or it starts to rise, energy is kind of contagious in a way. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's your energy, your anxiety. It could be, but we feel the energy of the collective, and energy is definitely rising. Fear is definitely rising. So if you saw my previous post, either on my Instagram or Facebook story, or I tried to post it on all of my channels, that it's really important at this time that we cultivate a sensation of peace. So I called this video Cultivating Peace because there's a lot of different ways to cultivate peace. And what I'm thinking of doing is coming live every day at some point to help you cultivate peace in a different way. Sometimes maybe we'll do some discussion video chats for people who are open, or sometimes it will be a practice that I'm sharing. And so today it will be a breathing practice that actually is scientifically proven to decrease the stress response. Okay, so I can see Louise said feeling sad and confused. Thank you for sharing. Yes, any feelings are valid at this point, and I understand that completely. This is a strange time. Strange time. I'm just keeping an eye. Like I said, if you are able to be patient, thank you so much. I'm just waiting a couple minutes for people to join, and I'm keeping an eye on my page so that people who want to join can join the group. So I'll maybe just wait like 30 more seconds. Does anybody else want to share how they might be feeling at this time before we get into the breathing? Okay, here we go. All right, well, let's get started. The breathing exercise that I'm going to share today, first we're just going to do some regular grounding breath to feel ourselves in our bodies, and then I'm going to walk you through a breath called 4-7-8 breathing. But first I want to talk about why this breath is important. So when we are stressed and feeling anxiety, naturally what happens, I just did it, is that we're breathing in our chest. And a lot of us do this anyway. It's something that I struggle with and I have to be conscious about. We breathe just in the chest and it's very shallow. So you'll hear that mouth inhale. It's all up here. That breath is not going down into the deepest part of the lungs. we need to use the muscle of the diaphragm to pull that oxygen down into the deepest part of the lungs. When people talk about belly breath, they're really talking about using the diaphragm and being able to take those deep belly breaths. Now, you don't have lungs in your belly, so you're not actually breathing in your belly, but the belly will come out a bit because your diaphragm is engaged, and that is what allows you to take a deeper breath. So like I said, when we're in that stress response, the breath is shallow, and what we tend to do is we're not actually exhaling fully. So you can think about the times that you're in fear and you're kind of breathing quickly, quick exhales. You're not exhaling fully. We need to allow our breath to slow down, and we need to fully release the exhale, making space for us to take in more oxygen. And so this breathing practice will allow us to do that. So, okay, I think we're good. Let's get started. So whether you're joining live or watching this after, take a moment to close your eyes. Bring maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. The belly kind of right below the sternum, so your solar plexus, above the navel. Close the eyes and allow yourself, without changing the breath, to just feel the quality of your breath right now. Try to cultivate an energy of curiosity. What does my breath feel like right now? Now, naturally, when we start to focus on the breath, we sometimes will automatically change the way we were breathing, which is fine. Just observe. What are the qualities of your breath right now in this moment? Does the breath feel shallow or deep? Does the breath feel smooth, easy? Or does it feel more jagged, more labored? Does it feel like you can take a deep breath in? Does it feel like you can fully release the breath? Just notice this quality of breath, and notice as you focus on it, does it begin to change at all? Notice if your chest is what is mostly rising. You have one hand on the heart. And notice if you feel the belly, the diaphragm moving at all. And now from this space, start to lengthen out your breath. See if you can breathe through the nose for this part of the practice, if the nostrils are clear. Do your best. If not, you can use the mouth if they're clogged. And try to create long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. See if you can actually feel pleasure and enjoyment from just the simple act of breathing. Something that we take for granted so often, but which holds so much beauty. It feels good when we can focus on that feeling of expansion, on inhale, and that feeling of release on exhale. As you feel your breath start to drop in, bring your awareness in to the body. Notice the sensation of the hands on the body. Notice the sensation of your body pressing down into the chair, into the floor, or wherever you're listening to this. Know that you are grounded here. Feel that contact. Feel the weight of the body actually being supported by whether you're on the chair or the floor. Knowing that here you are supported. You are safe in this community. You are here in this present moment. When the mind starts to wander outside of this breath, which is totally natural for it to do, the brain thinks that's what it does. Don't judge yourself for mind wandering. Just when you notice you've wandered, we just come back to the breath. The breath is our anchor. Just like a boat that's anchored can sway this way or that, it always comes back. It's attached. So your breath attaches you to this present moment. Take another round of breath in. Fully, long, slow exhale. Again, in. Exhale. One more at your own pace. Breathe in. You don't have to be on the pace with me. And exhale. You can release your hands down to your legs or your lap. You can continue to keep the eyes closed if you'd like. And we'll move into our 4-7-8 breathing. So 4-7-8 breathing is an inhale for the count of 4. It's holding for a count of 7. And then it is a release, an exhale for the count of 8. Now this is just one way to do it. We're going to try it with the hold, but if the holding of the breath is uncomfortable or makes you feel lightheaded, you can skip it and just have a light hold at the top. Basically what we want is a longer exhale than our inhale. So we're going to try to double the length here. If that feels like too much, just make it 1 or 2 counts extra. So I'll lead it first with the 4-7-8 count, and then we can adjust from there depending on how that feels. Now the traditional 4-7-8 is an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. And Andrew Weil, who's a natural doctor, says that you actually put the tip of your tongue on that fleshy part behind your teeth. And when you exhale through the mouth, it kind of makes a whooshing sound. So we'll try it first together. Take a deep breath in and we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now release through the mouth. For 8. Take a breath, just breathe normally for now. So that's kind of how it will go. Inhaling through the nose, holding for 7, exhaling for the count of 8. And you can hear when I put my tongue in that fleshy spot behind the teeth, it makes that whooshing sound. If that's not serving you, just keep pursed lips. To me, it works both ways for me. I feel it in my body. So I just saw the whooshing thing today and thought I would share it. In case that serves you, you can try it. But pursed lips just to slow down the breath. So the breath is like this. We're actually reducing the opening of the lips so that it comes out slower. That's how we get a slower breath out. So whether your eyes are open or closed, we'll take a few rounds of this 4-7-8 breathing. If it helps you to still keep hand to heart, hand to belly, feel free. So start to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through pursed lips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back to a traditional breath, whatever feels good for you. Now, truly, like I said, you don't have to hold that long if that's uncomfortable. Depending on your lung capacity, that can feel like a long time. My grandmother and my father actually taught that to me. I grew up with asthma, so that's one of the breathing exercises that they taught to me that is really helpful. It slows the breath and that will calm the nervous system. So basically when we're in that fight or flight response, that's the sympathetic nervous system. It's what's making us run from the threat, right? You've probably heard that before. We want to switch into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of our nervous system that is soothing. It helps us to rest and digest, they say, rather than fight or flight. It's what's going to calm the body, calm the anxiety. You can come back to that 4, 7, 8 breathing at any time. We didn't do it for very long. You shouldn't actually need that many rounds of it, but you can continue. And what I'm saying that is because that some people can experience lightheadedness. But what I've read is that the more you practice it and the more you do it, the more effective it will become. Now, at the very beginning, if you're feeling very anxious or you're starting to feel panicky, it will feel really difficult to do that because, like I said, when you're panicking, it's this fast breath and it feels like, I can't do it. I can't slow down my breath. Just do your best. Any effort to slow down the breath is going to help you calm the body. And again, focus on slowing down that exhale and then long, slow inhale. So to close, let's take just a couple breaths together, but at your own pace. And we're just going to practice inhaling and making the exhale longer. Feel free to feel the body again as you breathe deep breath. Now breathe out through the mouth for longer than you breathed in. When you complete the exhale, inhale. Maybe count the breath, see how long it takes you. Hold briefly at the top. Relax the shoulders, full exhale. Take a few more rounds like this. Inhaling to fullness. Slow down the breath on exhale. And again, breath in. With your eyes closed, just notice how you're feeling right now after doing that breath. And notice if there are any shifts at all in your state of mind, state of being. Breath work is a really understated practice in our society and very, very powerful. The breath is the back door to controlling the mind. I'm not sure who once put it like that to me, but it's so true. If we can control the breath, we can control the mind, we can control the body. That's why yogis have so much focus on breath work. It's truly a way to control our minds, control our bodies. And when we can control our mind and our body, we control our health. So we really do have control of our health through our minds. But that's a story for another day. So I said also for this live, if anybody wants to share anything, or if you'd like to share any part of your experience, please make comments and we can talk about it. And I also wanted to ask for a favor, if you would be willing to support me. A non-financial way to support me. As you know, that a lot of small businesses are taking a really big hit right now because we are being forced to stop a lot of in-person activities. Most of my in-person activities have been canceled. And so a non-financial way that you could support me is, one, by joining my email newsletter. That makes it easier for me to communicate with you, so that I don't have to rely on Facebook and Instagram algorithms for me to get my content to you. So that's actually really important to me. If you feel like giving me your email, you can either send it to me in a message, or you can go to wanderfreewellness.com and give me your email. That's a great way to support. Another beautiful way to support me is if you have experience with me, whether online or in person. You can write me a review, either on Google reviews or Facebook reviews. Both of those would be super helpful. So I'll be delivering this online content, and those are two non-financial ways to help me. I know that everybody's going through a hard time, and as I start to create more content, if you do feel called to support me financially for my time and for this exchange, then that is appreciated as well, but not expected, because I know everybody's going through a hard time. If you are interested in helping to support financially, I'll leave my Venmo and my PayPal below, as well as the non-financial ways to support, which is via email or reviews. If you're unable to do all of that, keep watching the videos. That's okay too, because I am here to help. So if anyone has any comments, I'm just gonna go back and see. I saw Gina singing Pink Floyd, which I love, and also saying Winston breathes like that. That's her dog. Hey, I think animals know how to take care of their bodies way more than we do. I mean, I know that. We've gotten so far away from instinct that we don't even know how to breathe anymore. It's kind of crazy. If you just joined and you just caught the end of this, then this is all going to be up in a moment. As soon as I click finish, you can go back and watch from the beginning and do the breathing exercises together, and hopefully calm your nervous system a little bit. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If there's nothing else, I'm just keeping an eye on my laptop and on here. I don't think there's anything else. So I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you soon. Stay in touch. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and in this community, because I'll be going live probably every day at some point. Thank you. Bye.